So just real quick, so yeah, we've got this Yaesu FT780. That's the actual transmitter, the transmitter receiver. The word is transceiver, isn't it? It's been a long day.
That's right.
we got a Raspberry 3, a repeater builder MMDVM board, and where these ports are pretty much just audio in and out, a ground and a PTT. I went with this one because I found posts online where other people got this radio to work rather than trying to wire up to something and try to get the levels right. Because like the article I had in the newsletter, it was these little potentiometers you have to tune to try to match the transmitter to the board. This here is just a module for generating the USB power for the Pi, and that's a power supply that came in one of the mystery boxes at the auction. And of course just some little 3D printed bits and bobs to hold it all together. So we've got the config screen here. You can see I've got all three of our major modes, D-Star, DMR, and Yaesu, enabled. I got a 10-second hang time. So what that means is anytime either this puts out one particular mode, we'll say D-Star, or it receives D-Star, it will stay in D-Star for at least 10 seconds beyond what it was before it goes back into plain listening mode. So the downside of it being a simplex thing is once one mode has captured it and somebody's on it, that's pretty much it until they're done. So it's not that multiple people can't use it at the same time. They kind of can. Like if we're all on D-Star and this thing's talking on D-Star, I'm fairly certain we'll all hear it, and then whoever talks, it'll pick up in D-Star correctly. But if you and George are on D-Star and I'm trying to hit it with DMR, either I'm just going to mess you guys up because it'll just be noise that shows up in your audio, or this will just reject it because it's like, nope, I'm doing D-Star right now. And so if I want to flip over and do something on DMR, I have to wait until you guys are done, plus 10 seconds, then I can DMR into it. So that's the downside of a simplex node.
Yeah.
The upshot is it's a simplex node. We didn't have to hook a big repeater up, 2 antennas and all that crazy stuff. So although this board will work with 2, if you wanted to get 2 transmitters, there are guides out there mostly for Motorola radios for stacking 2 of them and building a full-on repeater out of that board. But
hopefully everything else will come through like we hope it will, and then we'll have a full-fledged repeater at some point. So
well, the one thing I'm wondering is, because I've got all 3 modes on, we might see which ones get the most use and turn the other modes off, so we don't have that contention I was talking about. So also too, I set all this up on my call sign. We might eventually want to talk to some of the other club members about moving it over to the club call sign. If we go that long with it, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't blow it up.
And we're setting all this up in a little back room here behind, actually it's my storage area where I keep my computer and other gear back here, and this is kind of where we're setting this up. So this is kind of like a little cubby hole back here, a wall that I built, a Jason wall inside my bonus room, and it's housing all this equipment. So hopefully it'll serve for now anyway, until we just see which way this thing's going to go, and then we can do something different at that point. So, and we are connecting it up with Wi-Fi instead of hard cable it to the network. So we're gonna see how that works out. And
well, it's not giving me the button I'm expecting for messing with the Wi-Fi settings.
I'm trying to think if I got a 90-degree network cable. I don't think I got one that'll get in there. It's almost...
Well, I think once we got the cable in there, it'd be okay. I kind of hate to have to take all that apart to get that in there.
Yeah.
So that or pop the screen off and snap that plastic. Well, it is just a 3D printed part. I kind of hate to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to snap nothing. So.
Yeah, it's just that is awful tight.
I see how you got that all.
Yeah, I was kind of matching
it. It would be nice if we could hard cable it, but it is what it is. So.
Well,
I'm game. Whatever you want to do, buddy.
You always do this the hard way.
And what's nice too, where we got this located, as you can tell, we got some noise in here. I've got a water-cooled computer system and stuff down there, which is not real loud, but I have my Icon 5100 back here. Of course, this device with the power supply. So, as you can tell, you can hear some noise back here now. A lot of fans running. Once this is all configured to shut this door, you can't even hear it out in the main bonus room where I do all my other stuff here. So it works out pretty nice having this equipment back here. It's nice and quiet. 770.
It didn't like something. You said it was sweet pup something?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
I can edit it out. It's not a big deal. Just a minute.
Oh, you were recording. My bad.
That's fine. That should be okay. There's that. Okay, that's configured. Okay.
All right. So we've got this guy on your network now. It's on Wi-Fi, and I've got my hookup so I can remotely administer it as well from actually my iPad, which I didn't think to bring with me, so dumb on my part. But there's the web interface right there, and this is kind of the administrative dashboard. So for D-Star, like you can see, we were just picking what we wanted to tune the hotspot to. So I'll put it back on 50 because that was real busy when we just did it.
30 was the one we just done.
Oh, was it 30?
Yeah, 30.
Okay,
30
we'll do it on 30.
Busy. Yeah.
And this is going to highlight one of the problems with a simplex repeater is that when it links up and your radio starts, actually both of our radios are turning down. The problem is we can't use any of our radios to change the reflector it's connected to
For the
now
traffic. Yeah.
because they're not going to stop talking long enough for us. This is the same thing on DMR if you hook it up to America Lake because they never stop. And so you almost, if somebody manages to put it on a reflector that's really, really busy, you pretty much have to go to the web interface to stop it if you want to switch to something else.
So we're gonna go and toggle that back to 86. I think reflector 86 is what. Is that where you were? 86?
Yeah, I that one said it was a Tennessee net.
Okay. So we're gonna go. We're toggling back over now to reflector 086 Charlie. Okay. And we've got some options. Those that know the D-Star understand what I'm talking about. But you can change the different. There's a lot of different places we can go on here to pick one. But like Jonathan was saying, that if we pick a busy one, you'll never be able to get in to do anything because of the traffic.
So now, just for fun, so just to kind of show that we've got all the digital modes, this is my DMR radio, which I was testing it early. I don't know why I'm extending that. I'm sitting under your antenna. But yeah, so you'll have perfect signal to it.
Actually, I don't even have an antenna hooked up to that right now. I have no antenna on that whatsoever. So let me.
Goodness.
Yeah. It's I took it off. It's on the other deal right now.
Oh, okay. Well, point that at the screen here while I do this. I'm just going to do an echo test on DMR. So you see that?
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
This is KQ4ATG doing an echo test.
Nice. That's nice. Very nice.
And so it'll come back. See, now you heard your other radio flip out. That's because it didn't know what DMR is. Mm-hmm. So this is the downside of having all three on one. So we're probably going to ultimately want to pick one. And I'm betting it's going to be D-Star because that's what everybody seems to be doing. But it's totally working. So, I mean, I'm happy. We're in good shape here at the moment. So the next test, I think, would be to throw out on the repeater.
Okay, I got antenna on here right now. Even it's not quite tuned the way I like it. At least it's better than not having nothing. I burn my finals up. Yeah, I'll burn my finals up.
So.
And we'll shut this door so you can see the quietness when we shut the door.
But yeah, so if you're ever wondering what it's doing, you can look on the screen there and it'll just show you. So it's pretty much good to go. So
we can take it for a ride in my mobile. I got the mobile. We can go down the street and then we can test it. Yeah, and test it out and see what we got.
But we heard this guy. I can show you Yaesu as well. And again, you'll see in the log here, you can see the DMR where I just hit it and it came back, and it actually said I had a bit of loss, 8%. That might just be because we're under it.
Maybe.
It might also be that your radio being on started picking it up and was just messing with it. Because D-Star seems a little bit more chatty than the other modes.
Okay.
So
we're going to go ahead. We're going to leave here. I'm going to get out and get in the mobile and on my 5100. And we're going to travel down the road and see if we can hit this thing and see what kind of distance we get and kind of check it all out. So, and hopefully my mobile won't give me any grief. I may have to configure it a little bit more, but we'll see. So, all right. Okay. We are in the mobile, and we're going to go ahead and call the repeater and see if we can get it. KQ4FXD.
I mean, that's it, but I think it's just going out to 30 or 80, whatever we set it to.
86.
Yeah.
I did not get a reply though.
Like on this guy, I've got him set to send out to the echo test, so it should just send whatever I say back.
Okay.
KQ4ATG. Echo test. Literally.
Definitely an echo test.
KQ4ATG. Echo test.
So both of them were doing it, so it's definitely working.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
What we need is somebody else to get on the channel.
I can Butch is home. I gotta get Butch on a repeater. So he
KQ4IKI?
Yeah. No, that's George.
George.
KQ4FWR.
KQ4FWR, this is KQ4ATG.
You hit the repeater good with that. It's from here.
I've been really impressed with this little icon.
Really good.
He may not be out there. KQ4ATG. Is anybody around to help us test some D-Star?
There's Justin. All right, cool.
Justin, we got the hotspot set up at Keats on his big antenna. It's on, it's currently running on 145770. What reflector did we put it on? 86?
We're on 86. Yeah.
86. So, I'm curious to see if you can hit it. We're just trying to do some testing, really.
Alright, let's go in there and get the handy talkie. I'll be right back. K4LE.
He's not going to be able to hit it with a handy talkie from where he is he?
Well, what he does, he hooks it through his other. He does a.
He does a crossband.
Crossband, yeah, and it works. It actually works pretty good.
I think I got a radio that'll do that. I may have to try that.
I got crossband on this, but I can't do digital and.
Right. Yeah, because it uses both.
And he can do both with what he's got. I can't do that.
Well, because once it's left the radio, it's really just an analog. It's really just.
Well, I've tried. It won't let me. It legally won't let me do it. Every time I do it, it says you can't legally do this. Can't crossband from digital to FM.
Well, right, but because the decoding is happening on the handy talkie, that's just going to pass it. So you would get your digital here.
Yeah, that
would work.
That would work. Yes,
Yeah,
because
okay.
it's got a dual deal, but won't let you do it.
Bravo, which one?
Charlie.
Charlie.
86 Charlie. Alright. You need me to go to 86 Charlie and make sure it's coming through, correct?
That or send something out on it so that we could hear it, because it should be blasting out. Should go both ways. That would have been the thing, would be to get another hotspot and make sure that
Let me turn this here, make sure I got all this crap turned off. Temperature gets I don't like it quite that hot here anyway.
Did you hear anything?
Not yet.
No, not yet. I guess we can try something.
Well, I see my call sign out there on it.
wonder if he was trying to hit it with RF or if he was just throwing something out digital mode.
I don't know. You can ask him. We've talked before on our digital, but
I mean, 0 loss on the D-Star. The DMR is way more finicky than this thing. So I figured, that's why they were saying if you had it working with DMR, you know.
KQ4FXD.
KQ4FXD.
I think that's more my radio saying I heard that.
And is it may be connecting to simplex too, and not with the.
Well, I mean, I can hit with echo. We can see how far I can go with just the handy talkie.
Get down the road here, away from the house a little bit, see if it. How many miles are you from me? Do you think?
Probably about 10.
Okay. Okay, we're still on tip. I need to go in and physically change that to 86 because I know it won't do it automatically, so I'm thinking that, you know, we're getting echo from your radio to my radio, not necessarily from the repeater.
Well, no, because if I do the echo test,
well,
when it plays it back, that's from the repeater.
Yeah, you will know. Yeah, you will know.
KQ4ATG doing a parrot test.
KQ4ATG doing a parrot test.
That's a full strong signal.
That's good.
And I think I had it set at mid-1 because remember they said don't put it at max.
Yeah. Okay, we're testing right now, and Jonathan's pretty much testing from his D-Star radio. We're not using mine in the mobile at all at this point, and he's in echo mode, and he is getting the echo reply from the repeater.
Well, we could try to link it back up to 30. That was super busy. We'd just hear that as we drive. And I can do that from my handheld.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I go to reflector, link to reflector, direct input.
Yeah, that'd be like putting a hotspot here in the car with us.
Yeah,
So that'd
basically.
yeah, okay.
So let's go back to 30.
What we've just done, my battery's getting low, my camera should have brought an extra battery, but I went ahead and added this into the as another channel and device, I guess, a repeater, and it's actually seems like it's working and everything. So we're gonna hope that this is good. So do some more testing here.
The squelch must be up. There we go.
Great hearing you on here this evening.
Yeah, we've got it on a really busy talk group.
Can we change it? I probably.
We may not be able to.
Yeah, it's dark outside.
Because
Christmas
if they
lights
don't
up in the
stop
house
talking
and
long
all
enough for me to tell it to change,
real bright.
we can try.
And then on the
So
front
if I go to
lawn, we have a
menu,
big,
no wait, that was right.
white lights up with a whole bunch of twinkling white lights. Pretty cool. We used to have lights, but now we have the blue lights, and it's kind of nice.
I'm on the edge.
Got the lights installed a few to ago when the weather was.
Said it's an open spot on steroids, so it's just instead of having the low wattage on an open spot or a Raspberry, this one's actually hooked to another radio that gives it up to 50 watts of power, and of course I got it on a big antenna too, so it allows others outside within a local area to connect to it like a repeater, and be able to use it, you know, if they don't have a hotspot, for example.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you've got pretty much a base station set up there, and then you've got that hooked into the reflector via a hotspot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that's good. So we're getting you from the Huntsville airport, or nearby there anyway, and we're here in Culleoka, so it's definitely working, and we see you coming up on the screen, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. Jonathan did an awesome job putting this all together, and he's one of the other local guys in our club, and we're just trying to get something up and running so the community can use it. So, and we don't have a repeater nearby us at all. I think the closest one's in Huntsville, I think, is our closest, and they've got one up in Nashville. So we're still looking at 50 miles either direction to be able to get a repeater that we can actually access with with D-Star.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear you're setting something up there, and then you got something temporary until something, I guess, more official goes up. You got that on order. Well, good to hear. Good to hear you got something set up there. Hopefully I'll see it on a repeater book. Maybe tap into it once it gets all set up. Well, it's good news, and nice contacting you. You have a good one setting that up. I'll say 73 to you.
Thank you very much for the comeback. We appreciate it for sure. This is KQ4FXD. We're going to be clear and do some more testing here. Thank you very much. 73s. All right, that is a win, buddy.
That is definitely a win.
Jonathan, you did a heck.
KQ4FXD, KQ4FWR.
Okay. KQ4FXD, go ahead there, Butch. We got you.
Hi, you're loud and clear, and I heard the guy from down in Huntsville, AI4B. I mean, loud and clear. It's better than all the frequencies on the regular hand bands. I think the sunspots are raising havoc with all the regular frequencies over.
I wonder if the range will get better when the sunspots come on, because it's still RF.
And we definitely got it working now, so it's doing well. We actually, our early tests, we thought we had it down pretty good, but I couldn't get my radio connect, and I had it all but one little tweak, and Jonathan tweaked that in and popped in, and I think we're good right now. This is working just like my Open Spot 4 pretty much on steroids.
Yeah, all I had to do is go from reflector 50 down to 58 over.
Yep, that's it. Oh, that's great, man.
We can change the default reflector if somebody's got a better idea.
Oh, I'm glad that we got this at least initially working.
But now he's the only thing he's actually on his Open Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that's doing exactly what it should.
What part of Huntsville are you in?
Who's that? What's that?
I have no idea who that was.
Come back with that. We missed all that.
Apologies, maybe I was too quick with the draw. Handle here is Russ, and I was wondering what part of Huntsville you were located in.
We're actually in Tennessee. We're in Culleoka, Tennessee, and the guy I was talking to, he's over in he's in the back end of Columbia, right at Spring Hill, Tennessee. So we're doing some testing on a pretty much Raspberry Pi on steroids, basically, that one of our other members here has set up, and we're just doing some testing until we get a repeater in the area. I have an Open Spot 4 I normally use, but now we're using this, and this allows the locals to connect to it and get on the D-Star and use use D-Star where they wouldn't have a repeater handy.
Oh yeah. Like I say, the closest thing I got is the System Fusion repeater tower, and it's close by, the NQ4Y.
That'll do fusion.
But I don't have any Fusion radios, so I stuck with D-Star. And I was kind of batting the idea about buying a Fusion radio, but I don't know. I've spent so much on radios. I'm going to have to be putting my stuff on eBay to get some return over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, we're pretty much all the guys in the club. We all have D-Star radios, and we did have a Fusion repeater at one point in the club, but we've had a lot of trouble with the Yaesu repeater, I think. So we kind of kiboshed that. We're pushing to use the D-Star since everybody's using D-Star.
Yeah, D-Star's been around. They got a 15-year lead on Fusion, and like I said, I was just out in the mountains today. Hadn't heard of people on the radio, and
Okay.
I was just actually seeing if it still worked. And this radio's really got stopped in up here in Mount Eagle. I've never seen thick clouds all my life.
Roger that. Well, let me let you go. We're going to try to get all this stuff kind of tweaked it a little bit more, and I appreciate the comeback for sure, because we know it's working now, so that's a good thing. So, but you have a great night. KY4RUS, I believe, Russ. This is Keith here at KQ4FXD. We'll give you 73s, and thanks for the comeback.
Okay, Keith, you have a good evening, and enjoy the rest of it, and 73s to you. I'll go ahead and sign off. KY4RUS will be clear.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So well, this is good. Let them have their QSO, because that shows us the activity. But we got both our radios going here.
I appreciate you coming back to me there.
And we've tested it now. Sorted out the...
Turn it down just a tad.
And I got it.
Too many radios. Okay.
But
Hotspot a while ago, but
so we've got this going. They've got their QSO going. We've got the high power hotspot running. This is just the dashboard for it, which is handy because it lets us do things. But my radio was heard. Keith's radio was heard. As long as you got your D-Star settings right, this thing's ready to rock. So now I'm going to be range testing it all over Columbia. Especially once these sunspots they're talking about pass.
Yeah.
So probably put a signal stalk on here or something and try to, yeah. I'd say we're good to go.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, we're going to test this part out and make sure that I think for now it's definitely doing the job here. It looks good, man. Yeah, it looks real good. So
Excellent.
good job, Jonathan. Very good job. All right. Anything else you want to add to anything before we call it a wrap?
No, I think we're good. I mean, we're only testing with D-Star right now, but it should do all of them. So, well, I did test it with using the Wires X button on the Yaesu radio earlier, and it came back to that too. So I did some echo with DMR earlier today as well when I still had it on a little stubby. So there's no reason any of those won't work. But like we said with the capture, that once one mode's going, it might be interesting to see what happens with that. The other thing I need to test when I get back home is to make sure I can do the remote administration of this guy.
That would be
because I forgot my iPad.
Yeah, yeah.
But that way, because again, if somebody puts it on a really busy talk group, we might have a hard time getting it out of that, or a busy reflector.
Yeah. And I can always do a team view or something too, so you can get back in.
Or you can just go in and do it.
I mean, either way. I mean, if it's something you want to tweak remotely, whatever.
So the only real problem there is going to be if sitting there blasting out, somebody getting a hold of one of us to turn it off.
Yeah.
So, and of course we'll be blamed for all the RF problems for the next couple of weeks. Well, you just set up that hotspot. How we know that's?
Yeah. All right. Very good.
I think we're good though. That's awesome. That's great.
Good job.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Very good job. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and call that a wrap. And we did some good testing here, and I think it's going to do the job for now anyway until we get to the next level, the actual repeater. So 73s to everybody. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.